Kia ora, good morning. So I've just woken up. I've been up for, I've been awake for a few minutes, but I've been asleep and I got woken up because of a dream I had, and I checked the news and now my dream makes sense. So the dream started off that I was in like this house. There was this event going on in the house, and it was like we were there doing an investigation, but it was like Halloween, but it wasn't Halloween. It's like we were doing some sort of paranormal investigation into a murder or murders that had taken place in this building, in this house. And all I remember is I was just standing watching everybody, and there were cameras and news reporters and a lot of people. I can't remember what we were doing in the dream. I just know we were there because of some event that had taken place in the house, and activity that had been going on in the house. And then I left to go and stand across the street, and there was this blue tent thing put up over the front lawn because it had been raining so much so that like there was just mud everywhere. There was mud everywhere. And a car got stuck in the mud, and I was standing across the road with a news reporter and a cameraman, and we were watching this car get stuck in the mud, and we were talking about the murders. And in the dream, not how do I explain it? It wasn't on TV, it wasn't on the camera or anything like that, but this girl's face flashed up. She was like a young girl, maybe about 12 or 13, and I knew she was one of the victims in the house. It's like I was psychically getting a flash of her in my dream while I was standing watching this car get stuck in the mud. And I mean, there was mud everywhere. The ground, the road, everything was just mud. And people were getting stuck in the mud, and the cars were getting stuck in the mud. But I was okay because I was on the other side watching. All I knew is that murders had taken place in the house, and people were there. Like there was some sort of event being held in the house in regards to things that had happened there in the past, and I knew what had happened was murders or a murder. And the young girl whose face flashed up, she had brown hair, and it was half down, half up, like it was half up at the back and then down. And she had, it was kind of like golden brown hair, and she was about 12 or 13. And I was completely fine. I was just watching and just watching people getting stuck in the mud. And then I, like, for some reason, there was this man there, and he started singing some, like, we were encouraging him to sing some country and western song, and everyone was singing along. And the next thing I know, I'm in this room with a pen and paper, and I'm showing this man this drawing, and I'm explaining this drawing to this man, and he said, how did you figure this out? And I said, because Horace told me. And he said, Horace who? And I said, the all-seeing eye Horace. I said, he's my ancestral god. He's one of my ancestral gods. And I said, I can't believe I didn't Like, how did we not see this? How did we not know this? And the next thing I know, I'm just in this room that is just like white. Like I couldn't see anything other than white. And this drawing. And then there he was, Horus, was standing in front of me. And he was saying, don't forget. And he was pointing to the paper where I'd just drawn and shown the man. And he goes, don't forget. So I'm going to show you the drawing and I'm going to explain to you what I was told. See this? The all-seeing eye? If you know what the Illuminati all-seeing eye looks like, right? There's various versions, but on the American dollar, this bit here is like split from the top and then the eye's there or something. It's split. I've put examples up on my social media, on my YouTube, and I've put links in the description box, but so you can see it. But I'm going to tell you what I told the man and what Horus was telling me not to forget. Now remember, I'm an Egyptian high priestess, and Horus is one of my ancestral gods. So he's not like, you can't just go helping yourself to gods. So what I was told was, see the Illuminati, the pyramid? I always thought, you know how the Illuminati had chopped it off? I always thought that this was to do with the Holy Trinity. And how the Illuminati had reversed the Holy Trinity. So after all these years I've gotten it wrong, because what Horus said was that there is not a pyramid. That's a road. And you know how I've been saying in my dreams, follow the yellow brick road? Follow the yellow brick road. That's a road. And the eye, the all-seeing eye, works like a prism, because that was like beams of light coming off. Works like a prism to see further down the line. It's all to do with exactly what the pineal gland is for. The gift of, you know, the third eye. That's not a pyramid at all. That's a road, and that's the distant future. And the prism of light is all to do with vision. I've put links in the description box below because I've just had a look. And it's all to do with, you know, the prism of light and the rainbow light that comes out of it, right? That's that. Because in, you know, one thing that I have always maintained is that chakras, people have gotten chakras wrong. And that the colours that people see in the chakras has nothing to do with, you know, going up the body, the various colours to do with various parts of the body, and that the rainbow of colours that you see coming off the body is because of the purity of the white light of your consciousness. And now it makes sense, because this is a prism of light that is a road that shows you what's coming in the distance. And the Illuminati got it wrong, which is why they're now paying for everything they've gotten wrong, because it is all to do with the gift of second sight. You know, the beast with red eyes? How I talk about the beast with red eyes. And it's all to do with, because prisms of light, it has to be a polished flat surface. It has to be like pristine in order to be able to catch the prism of light. which comes off as a rainbow and it bends and all that, right? And it changes the way you see things. It's all to do with your vision. And we've been seeing it wrong all these years. That is not a pyramid, that is a road. And I've been saying, follow the Cello Brick Road. That's the road. And the future and evolution and seeing things coming from a distance using the prism of light system. So I woke up. I went to sleep laughing because remember I had the dream, don't go into the elevator. And I'm pretty sure that Vladimir Putin was the one who went to get, who went to follow me, and then he got on the elevator. And then remember the elevator got stuck and the sewage pipes were leaking and there was sewage goop leaking everywhere. HMS Gerald Ford, the toilets are leaking and there's poop everywhere, and apparently it was heading to Iran. And then I went to sleep and I woke up, and every time, I keep saying, every time I get woken up, I know that I'm being told to wait for codes to drop. And I was scrolling through the news feed, and this thing came up about Iran and how a Dutch diplomat who refused to have his bag scanned when he arrived in Iran, they checked his bag, and inside his bag was a Starlink satellite and phone equipment and basically spy equipment. Starlink Elon Musk spy equipment. Now remember, with the Quantum Menace, he's the Glass Eye Brigade, the fake eye, the fake eye that Art Morda wears on his eye, and it downloads information. And I've been saying for the longest time that Elon Musk is a spy, and I was warning Vladimir Putin, don't do the Starlink thing, don't get involved with Elon Musk because he's spying, he's a spy. And then I've just put up all the links of the stuff that I was putting on my X, where I was saying he's a spy and he works for the Illuminati and he works for the Democrats and he works for the New World Order, and he's a spy for them. He spies for von der Leyen, he spies for Keir Starmer, he uses his AI equipment, he uses his Starlink satellites to spy on people. And I was saying to Vladimir, he's spying on you. Don't go into the elevator. But he didn't listen. He didn't listen. He signed up to do business with him and Donald Trump, and now it turns out that he's supplying spy equipment for Donald Trump and the New World Order. And so it means that he's been spying on Russia too, and spying on the people of Great Britain. I've got dozens of links where I'm saying he's a spy, he's a spy, he's a spy. And now we know that he rigged the elections in America. He's a spy. And Vladdy didn't listen to me. He got onto the elevator. So my dream was telling me to follow the Cello Brick Road, to follow the glass eye, my dream was telling me to remember this, and also to keep my eye out for information that was going to come, the prism of light, seeing further down the road, because if you want to look at it in the reverse, Horus was telling me to look in the past, because this can either be look to the future, follow the Cello Brick Road, Switzerland, right? That's my future, that's what's coming. But you can also look at it as Horace saying to me, look in the past to see the spying eye, the glass eye. The evidence is there that Elon Musk is a spy, and they use his Starlink and all of that to spy on the enemy. And Vladdy didn't listen. He got onto the elevator. So that is the real all-seeing eye. The Illuminati got it wrong, and that's why they're now getting torn apart. Especially the one on, where it's broken there. There's the gap. They tore up their own road, getting the symbolism wrong. I said to Horace, why now? And he said it wasn't time. The spying eye, the all-seeing eye, the glass eye brigade, Glass Arden Brigade, and the Quantum Menace, who is Art Mauder's, they work with, the department that works with Art Mauder, and Art Mauder is based on Elon Musk, and his character has a fake eye, a glass eye, like, and it looks like, when I was looking up the prism thing, it's a teleoptic lens for cameras. It's called the prism, and it's a teleoptic lens, and it's exactly what looks like sits on Art Mauder's eye, and it downloads information from his eye to his brain, like from the internet and AI and all that. It downloads information, like meta glasses sort of thing. So Horace was saying to me, this is not a pyramid, it is a road. And it is the road to evolution, the road to the future. And that when you have clear vision, when you have vision prism, you see light in a completely different way, that you can see it from all angles. And this is also looking back down the path I came to get the information I needed from my old post to prove that Elon Musk is a spy. And I warned Vladdy, but he got onto the elevator. And so the dream that I had with how it started with von der Leyen standing on stage, and that beam of light coming through the window and hitting her, and it was so bright that it turned her to soot. I mean, you can use a prism like a magnifying glass, can't you? You can use a glass prism to hit the sun so that it bounces off and burns things, like Archimedes' bow. And it hit her. I used to think she was Dutch, but it hit her. So somehow she's involved in the spying stuff, spying on Russia, using Starlink and Elon Musk to spy on Russia because he works for all of them. And the feuds that they have are all fake to make people think that there are sides, but they're not. They all work for the same side. So now they've been caught spying on Iran using his equipment. I talk about the drones, I talk about the missiles. Just follow the links, click on the links, and make sure that you click on like all the links inside links inside links, the posts inside posts and stuff, and it all goes back to Elon Musk and him launching his missiles into space, and his spy network, and like it's all there. So the EU and America have been using Elon Musk to spy on the enemy. NATO, New World Order, coalition of Epsteiners, basically. They've been using Elon Musk to spy on the enemy that I know of, Russia and Iran and Palestine. So Horace was telling me what to remember so that when I woke up I'd be able to put it all together and look in the past, using my clear sight, using, my prism of light through my eyes, my infrared vision, my prism of light, to look in the past, to see the future, which was my dream. Don't get into the elevator with the sewage pipes bursting everywhere and the poop and all of that, like, running out onto the floor. And that's what happened on the naval ship that was apparently headed to Iran. Had to turn around. Which is really funny because I call Donald Trump the shit demon, the Golgothan. So there you go. So all this time we've had it wrong, but it was only allowed to be corrected when divine timing came into play. They had to wait for Trump to be in power, for information to come out, for them to threaten Iran, for the truth to come out. And there you have it. That is the road to enlightenment. The path to enlightenment has got nothing to do with the pyramid. It's a brick road. And that's the future, the path to enlightenment. But you can flip it and look in the past to see the future, which is what I do. I looked in the past to see the future. So there you go. Pretty interesting, eh? Now we know. I'll speak to you later. Ka kite anō. Mwah.